Spirituality is not your escape route. If you feel you can run away from the problems in life by taking the spirituality route, then you are completely wrong and in confusion. Most of you who are doing spiritual practices in the name of running away from the problems of your life, instead of solving it, instead of facing it, you are completely fooling yourself and wasting your life. If you want to be free from your suffering and pain, you have to take the decision that involves practical actions, realistic decisions, realistic actions, dynamic actions to be free from the problems. Reading spiritual scriptures, going to different places for learning meditation and other spiritual practices. There is no end to this journey of infusing yourself with knowledge and escaping to these places when your core problem is not solved. I will mention cases of my students who have wasted their life in spirituality, which they should have invested in some real actions and directions. Your marriage is not working. If your marriage is not working, your relationship problem is with your spouse, and you are meditating by keeping your mind aside from the real problems and focusing on something, a wish, a desire that your married life will be good or settled, the problems will be settled, the problems will be solved on its own. It is not going to work. If you are in a toxic relationship with your spouse, then you need to take a divorce. You have to be separated from your spouse and you need to start your journey alone with whatever life brings to you. But if you want to fix your marriage in the name of emotion, in the name of spirituality, affirmations, nothing is going to work. You need to know that you have created your karma, and that is why you are in a troubled relationship. And your destiny is created in such a way that your marriage is not going to last. You had to suffer from the consequences of your karma, and that is why you got into this marriage. And now, since this contract of settling karma is over, you need to come out of the contract. The same way, you go to a hotel, you book the hotel for 3 days. When the 3 days are over, you come out of it. You don't get unsettled there. But if your ego and the limited mind that thinks that you can be in this marriage just because you wish it, it is not going to happen. It is not going to give you any success. You will be wasting more of your life and you will be wasting everything that could have been a potential to do something new. You are sharing your life, your space with a wrong person, and this is your mistake, and you don't want to realize what mistake you have done. And that is why, in order to protect the ego, in order to safeguard your wrong decision, you are staying in the marriage to prove to your ego that it could last. It is not going to last. That is why my clairvoyant reading helps a lot to my students who come to me for rescue, because their mind does not work. Their mind is safeguarding them and keeping them in the same marriage. even if it is not working. And with my clairvoyant powers, when I tell them that this is not going to last, in some cases it is going to take some time. I tell them directly that it is going to take 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. But till that time, you need to be ready. You need to be prepared to come out of this relationship. One of my students from Australia, he went to that country a decade ago and married a citizen of that country. And she turned out to be a narcissist who was troubled by her parents. Her parents had broken relationship, broken marriage. So she doesn't know from where she is coming is a troubled relationship background. She don't know how to create a relationship. All she has learned throughout her life is to fight with the husband, which her mother used to do with her father. The siblings were fighting all the time. Competition and negative energy in the house all the time. All this environment has created her. And if this is the case, then she is coming to your home, she is feeding on your energy, and she is creating the same chaos, same war-like situation in your home. You are living with a terrorist, and your soul is under constant terror of this person. The moment awaits for her to blast. Every moment you are in terror. Your brain is in fight, flight and freeze mode all the time. And still you are occupying the same space. And in such situation, what you do? You take the aid of spirituality. You take the aid of the root of spiritual practices or meditation or anything on your own. You study a lot. You read a lot. You try to engage your mind, divert from your mind from the problem instead of solving it. And when you get into such marriage or troubled relationship, and this involves lot of money, lot of financial settlements. So you need to settle those financial settlements with your wife. You have to get into the practical aspects of it. Whatever money is required to get out of this relationship, you should start investing. If you don't have money right now, this means you have not suffered enough. If your money problem is aggravated because of this relationship, then you should withdraw all your attention to yourself and work day and night aggressively with a positive attitude that I need to work more so that I can earn a little more and I can get out of this relationship. This has to be done. And if you cannot work more, then what is lacking in you? Sometimes you have to put extreme pressure to come out of this relationship. What is important for you? To become stale, decayed and death will happen eventually to you in this relationship. You want to get more heart attacks, more of all health problems, brain related and mental health issues. You have suffered till now. And if you don't want to suffer, you have to take actual steps to get out of the relationship. You are escaping like a coward. You don't have courage of a man to take actions because you have lost your strength. If your children are involved in the marriage, then more money in the name of alimony is involved. And there are many complications, but you have to deal. You have to go to the lawyer and try to go into mutual divorce or whatever laws are applicable in your country to take a divorce. Take that step. Take that initiative. Stop hiding in the name of spirituality if you have such kind of issues. The other condition in which you are hiding in the name of spirituality could be your work, your job. The same condition. You are in a job that doesn't serve you. You hate your job. Still you are in that job because you cannot take the initiative to do something on your own. You have too many liabilities and too many debts created in the name of fulfilling the lifestyle that you have created from your mind and desires. You can't live a minimalist life anymore. And that is why you are engaged and wasting your life. 100 hours per week or maybe 15-16 hours per day you are working like a donkey in the company, that doing the work that you don't like, you hate your work. You don't feel productive, engaged there. Still you are there. Why you are there? Ask yourself. And when you get the stress, you get the anxiety, you want to take the aid of spirituality. You are a spiritual person. Nothing bothers you anymore. You have become a saint. Everything is good. Accept everything and be relaxed. This is not the rule of life. This is not the rule of instinctive brain. Our instinctive brain is evolutionary. It has been created during the time when conditions on earth were extreme. We know how to get out of problems, and that is why we have survived till date. Survival of the fittest is the law of evolution, and that is how our brain is created, how our life is created. You have to fight for your rights. You have to come out of the situation and not get succumbed to the problems. When you do that, you are welcoming death. If you want to welcome life, if you want to come out of it, you have to take practical actions. If you yourself are facing difficulty in taking the practical actions, then Guru Sanjoy is with you to work with you for taking those actions. I will empower you. And all this is happening because you are not retaining your semen. You have too many health issues. Your problems could be related to your financial condition. You have taken, or your parents have taken liabilities, created liabilities for your education, for your, in the name of investment in you. And now you are repaying those loans. You have taken your own loans for buying a house, car, and all the materialistic possessions that you have. And now you are repaying it. And when you are unable to repay it, or you are finding it difficult to manage, so much of money management involved in maintaining the family, the matrix, everything in the family matrix that you have created yourself, the society, the friends group, the community, the social structure that you have created, along with addictions. To sponsor your addiction, you need a lot of money. And when you get stressed out, when your mind and brain doesn't work, when you have traumatic issues, when you have sudden coma-like condition, paralyzed condition, you have multiple kind of brain health related issues, then you seek your solace in spiritual direction. Spirituality is the last thing in the evolution of human being. First come the physicals. The physical comes the first. The physical body, taking care of your health, taking care of your body, taking care of your brain, nervous system, your all organs, vital organs. You should check whether you are able to sleep well at night, at least 8 to 9 hours of good quality sleep at night. Next is your digestion should be well. Your bowel should get cleared every day in the first 2 hours after getting up. If it is not getting cleared in the first 2 hours, it is going to carry the toxins throughout the day and it will create more brain fog and loss of energy in all aspects of your life throughout the day, and it becomes chronic over a period of time. So first 2 hours should be spent well to clear your bowel, and then have fresh fruits, vegetables and good food, healthy food, freshly cooked food, juices, water. Keep yourself hydrated. Take fresh air, prana infusion in your system by going out in the open space and not remaining confined to one room. This is the first thing that you should take care of, and once you do this for years, you're healthy, your mind will function well. The next process will be taking care of your mental health, mental well-being. How do you take care of your mental well-being? By keeping it in peaceful mode and not allowing yourself to divert your attention in the world. Read good books. Be with yourself. Take interest in instinctive activities of life, which will keep your mind in parasympathetic mode. Your brain will be in vagus mode when you do the basic activities of life, like cleaning dishes, cooking food, cooking your own meal, taking bath for 30 minutes, cold and hot shower, brooming the house, sweeping the floor, wiping the floor, washing your clothes, drying them, and then folding them, keeping it in order. Everything, the kitchen work, everything is in order. All the things that you do will keep your mind and body in sync. You will not need social media. You will not need any friends. You will not need anyone else to keep yourself in balanced mode. Your mood will be always happy because your brain will release good hormones, happy hormones, dopamine, which is released when you achieve something. You will have a sense of achievement in these little acts. Real dopamine will be released in daily functions of life. The next thing, when you are engaged in such activities, you are with yourself, you are introvert, you are taking care of your body, you will release oxytocin, the love for yourself. If you love yourself, you will get engaged in such activities, taking care of yourself, pampering yourself, your soul, your body, your mind, your health. Everything is yours. Who will take care of you the way you can love yourself? Nobody else can love you. So all the outside attention and the expectation of other people to love you will go away. That will keep you in sane mode. That will make your energetic field stronger. It will make your aura stronger. So, when you do all these things, a sense of serving yourself and a sense of surprise. When you serve yourself, serotonin is released, and when you serve yourself in this way, you don't know what you are going to do the next moment. The surprise element of life will release serotonin in you. Nobody else has to give you surprises with materialistic gifts. You can gift yourself with such surprises by working in this way, taking care of your life. Go to the organic life, way of living life. Forget about lifestyle that has been created by the new world, new technology, new society, where everything is for show off. Live in the best way, but live and create your way. When you do all these, your body is moving all the time. Your body is in constant motion because all the instinctive function requires motion of the body, movement of the body. You are no more stagnant. The natural exercises happen when you do all these activities and your energy channels, your nerve centers are getting recharged with high quality of bioelectricity flows through your nervous system. And your energy channels are flowing with high quality of prana when all these are happening. And then you release, your body releases, your brain releases endorphin. So DOSE, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin and endorphin, all these are released naturally in your system and you are all the time happy. Physically you are happy, even if you get enlightened. But if you are not doing these functions, then you will be in bliss energetically, but your body will be in pain. Your body will be in suffering. That is why I give the importance of instinctive life the most. Without your physical body being in the best condition, not a single day you will be happy after enlightenment. So before getting enlightened or before getting into that state of heightened awareness, your role, your work is to take care of the body for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. If you are taking care of your body will be good and great enough to process Kundalini energy, to process the spiritual energy that is required for your freedom. Without doing this sadhana, these basic practices, if you are only accumulating knowledge, then nothing is going to work. If you are not taking practical actions, this requires whole day of yours to take care of your body. And then comes the work. When you are healthy, when you are fit, your brain will start working. Your attention span will increase. You will be able to focus and concentrate more. And you will be able to work productively towards any work that you love to do. And then you can do things which will be inclined towards finding your ikigai. You can leave the job. You can leave the relationship. You can be in an environment which encourages you to find your ikigai. Automatically your brain will get tuned into the higher level of consciousness and you will be able to access those frequencies that leads to introduction of your ikigai to you. Maybe in sleep, you're dreaming, you will get the vision, get the insights of what you love to do. And then you have to do it. Again, it is practical. It is not theoretical or it is not in thinking. It is not in the mind. Whatever insights, there may be hundreds of trials, hundreds of experiments with different kinds of things that you love to do. And from those 100 trials, you will get to know something or different actions, different levels of work that you love to do. And gradually that could become a symphony. If you are good in writing, you will discover that writing skill. If you are good in music, if you are born with that potential, then you will tap some musical insights. A rhythm will be created in you. If you are an artist, you will create those potentials. But you have to do it in action, not in theory. You cannot read about music. You have to create your music. You have to be with the musical instrument. You have to play your guitar. You have to play your drum. You have to play the music to create the music. It is practical. And when you do these, your solar plexus gets strengthened. You get access to your life purpose. And then you don't have to escape into spirituality. You automatically get your energies, lower energies of fear, insecurity, and all the energies of the mind are transmuted in reality above the solar plexus towards your heart chakra, and you start living your life purpose. That is the beginning of spirituality. Till the time your energy is in the lower 3 chakras, you are not a real the real spirituality does not begin. The real spirituality begins when you are tuned to your life purpose above the solar plexus. Once the life purpose reveals to you, and then when you take the route of spirituality, then you will get the energetic changes and transformation happening in you to make you a different person, to make you into a new kind of species. And that time you need the guru. That time you need someone who is knowing the energetic dimension of living life, and that is Guru Sanju. She will be introduced into your life at that point when you are actually following your inner GPS. You're ready to leave everything, the matrix and everything, and you are now eligible to learn the energetic dimensions of life. You are now ready to know how energy works, how energy, vibration and frequency works, how the demons in you, the energy vampires in you keep you down, how they keep you rooted in your lower chakras. This total life transformation has been possible for my students who trust the Guru and the process. Nobody is in spiritual reading of any text. The real spirituality is to know the spirit in its authenticity. Spirit is nothing but energy, and spirituality is the study of energy. Spirituality is not about knowing about the experiences and gathering knowledge of other people's experiences and thinking from mind. Mind can never understand spirituality because mind is not the spirit. Mind is mind. The unconscious, demonic, lower, negative energies that reside in you. Mind is the real energy vampire in you which keeps on consuming the energy of the spirit to survive. Mind is the parasite. Mind is the virus. And there are many dimensions of mind that is in total like an entity residing in you. The ego, the separate personality. The ego wants to become enlightened. Ego never becomes enlightened. Ego can never become enlightened. Ego is dissolved. The real enlightenment happens when the ego dissolves. The real enlightenment happens when the spirit takes over the egoic identification. The energy, total energy in the ego is dissolved completely. Because enlightenment is energetic transformation of your being into superconsciousness. All the energies of the ego, mind, memory, patterns, conditioning, beliefs, all these are transmuted into pure consciousness. The way ice is transformed into vapor when you heat it. And Kundalini energy does that work in you. So stop taking spirituality as an escape route. It is not going to help you. And if you are wasting your life in spiritual collection of garbage, then you are wasting your life. This birth is lost. This birth is for realizing who you are at the center, who you are at the core. You should know that if you don't take care of yourself now by living the instinctive life, by following your passion filled with pleasures, the energy in you, the spirit in you is not going to move. It will be stagnant in the lower chakras. Because the force that is created to move this Kundalini energy, the spirit energy for your spiritual journey happens only when you live your life purpose. If you don't live your life purpose, Kundalini doesn't move. It keeps on clearing your garbages in the lower chakras. It keeps on fighting with the energy vampires in you in the form of lower energies. Your anger, your fear, your guilt, shame, blame, grief, sadness, pride, envy, hatred, jealousy. All these are energy vampires in you. And Kundalini keeps on fighting with these energy vampires, and lot of energy is wasted in all this. And it goes up and comes down and settle in the root chakra again. Goes up and settle down in the root chakra again. The fuel, the force that pulls Kundalini out of the root chakra and ascend higher is your life purpose. Until and unless you leave your life purpose, Kundalini will not be moving in you. Even if it got awakened at certain point, it will not be able to process its journey. So if you want your Kundalini to move, your Kundalini to ascend and make you free, to realize the true you, the pure consciousness, and make you reach the super consciousness state, then you have to take actions and not escape towards the spiritual route, to hide away like a coward from your life's problem. You have to face it. It is your karma, it is your destiny, and you need to clear the mess. All right? Have a great day. Bye-bye. Thank you.